What's up mga ka-Wildy Boy? Attention all caregivers na nasa Pilipinas and even yung mga kababayan kong caregivers na nasa ibang panig ng mundo. Kung kayo ay nangangarap makarating at makapagtrabaho dito sa bansang Canada, ito na ang inyong chance para matupad nyo ang inyong pangarap. Mayroong programa ang Government of Canada this year 2024 starting January kung saan tatanggap sila ng mga applications, more than 5,000 applications para sa mga experienced caregivers mga kababayan ha. Any nationalities can apply mga ka-Wildy Boy. So kinakailangan nyo lamang applyan ito. Ang kanilang criteria, kinakailangan meron kayong at least 1 year experience at kinakailangan meron kayong pasadong IELTS mga ka-Wildy Boy ha. Aside from that, hindi na ito naghahanap ng LMIA. Kinakailangan nyo lamang makakuha ng legit na job offer sa legit na mga employers mga ka-Wildy Boy ha. At aside from that, 1 year na lang ang kanilang eligibility requirement kung kayo ay mag-apply for permanent residency at hindi lang kayo ang maaari maging PR, pati ang inyong mga family members. Kaya kung interesado kayo sa video na ito at kung gusto nyo makarating at makapagtrabaho dito bilang isang caregiver, panoorin ninyo ang video na ito hanggang sa uli para malaman ninyo kung ano yung mga procedures at kung paano kayo makapag-apply. Syempre kung bago ka pa lang sa akin channel, don't forget to subscribe and click mo notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga bagong job opportunities, buhay FW na aking ina-upload.
What's my name?
Wildy boy.
What's my name?
Wildy boy.
What's my name?
Wildy boy.
Let's go! What's up mga kababayan? Ako nga pala si Wildy na kagaya mo noon na nangarap. Pero dahil sa pagsusumikap, pakinaapot ang matagal lang hinahanap. Inilusan, di ko tinulugan. Ginawa ng paraan, ano man ninais na makuha. Kahit kalaki, manito hirap at luha. Pinagsumikap ako ba rin ang labis. Yung mga ka-Wildy, be consistent, patient, laging positibo. Be inspired and motivated. At umiwasan lang sa mga taong negatibo. Yan ang tinatago ko sekreto para mga plano sa huli pagtagumpayan. At palagi ka tumutok sa aking challenge na sa ganong kaalam ang kakayahan madagdagan. Yan!
Kumusta mga ka-Wildy Boy? Isang pinagpalang araw sa inyo lahat din sa Pilipinas and sa lahat ng mga kababayan kong OFW. Mga Wildy Boy, makinig ng mabuti ha, lalong-lalo na yung mga nangarap makapagtrabaho dito sa bansang Canada as a caregiver. New applications for Canada Caregiver programs to open on January 1, 2024. January 1st at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, EST, fresh applications will be accepted for the 2 Canada Caregiver programs. Home Child Care Provider Pilot, yan yung unang programa. Pangalawa, the Home Support Worker Pilot. Under the 2 pilot projects, 5,500 applications are anticipated to be accepted for new submissions in total in 2024. Kalagay dito, additionally, the maximum number of applicants under this pilot program is now split in 2 categories, those for direct entry into permanent residence and those for gaining experience. Furthermore, Canada has now lowered the 12-month minimum work experience requirement in country caregivers seeking permanent residence. Before mga ka-Wildy Boy, 24 months ang kanilang requirement para makapag-apply for permanent residence, but now 12 months na lang. What are Canada Caregiver programs? Under 2 5-year pilot programs, the Home Child Care Provider Pilot and the Home Support Worker Pilot, qualifying family members and caregivers can enter Canada on a work permit with the goal of obtaining permanent residency. Applicants must have a job offer from a Canadian family in order to apply for any of these programs, and an LMIA is not necessary. Following the receipt of a job offer, qualified applicants may apply for an occupation restricted work permit, travel to Canada, and take a temporary job to obtain experience. These applicants may submit an application for permanent residence after collecting 1 year of experience in Canada. You might be able to apply for permanent residence through one of these pilot programs if you've been offered a position as a caregiver in Canada or if you have prior experience working as a caregiver in Canada. Ibig sabihin nito mga ka-Wildy Boy, kung meron na kayong prior experience at nasa Canada ka, advantage yan. At syempre kung meron kayong experience sa Pilipinas, advantage na rin yan. Kinakailangan nyo lamang ma-hire ng legit employer na nasa Canada. At syempre kinakailangan nyo mag-gain ang Canadian experience ninyo dito for 12 months nang sa ganun makapag-apply kayo for permanent residency application. Occupations eligible for Canada Caregiver Program. If you have worked one of the following National Occupational Classification or NOC jobs full-time in Canada, you are eligible to use your work experience for permanent residency. Okay mga Kuldiboy, babasahin ko yung mga job positions na nakapaloob sa bawat pilot program for caregivers. Unang-una yung Home Child Care Providers, NOC 44100. Nakalagay dito babysitter, child care live-in, caregiver, child care provider, private home nanny, parents helper, babysitter, fitness center, babysitter, shopping center. And then sa pangalawang pilot program naman for caregiver, home support worker pilot, NOC 44101, attendant for persons with disabilities, home care, family caregiver, home support worker, live-in caregivers for seniors, personal aid and home support, personal care attendant for home care, respite worker, home support. So nakalagay dito, sa home child care provider, NOC 44100, you must care for children in your own home or in your employer's private home. The location can't be an institutional setting such as a daycare. You don't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. Experience as a foster parent doesn't count. Sa isang programa naman mga Kuldiboy, home support worker, NOC 44101, you must care for someone who needs help from a home support worker in your employer's private home. The location can't be an institutional setting as such a nursing home. You don't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. There are two categories under these pilot programs. Gaining experience category. Nakalagay dito, this category is for applicants if they have not worked or have less than 12 months of experience in any of occupations under NOC 44100 or NOC 44101. Pangalawa, direct to permanent residency, PR category. This category is for applicants if they have total of 12 months or more experience in 36 or last 36 months in any of the occupations under NOC 44100 or NOC 44101. Eligible candidates get work permit to accumulate 12 months of experience in Canada and can then apply for direct permanent residency after gaining the full experience and becoming eligible under direct to permanent residency category. Then to apply for PR applicants, at least 12 months or full-time work experience in Canada in the last 36 months. Number 2, post-secondary education of at least 1 year. Pangatlo, any past experience or training that demonstrates the candidate is able to do the work described in job offer. So advantage pag mayroon kayong mga certification na nagtrabaho kayo sa mga establishment as a caregiver at any training certificates na related sa mga trabaho na ito. Okay mga Kuldiboy, nakalagay dito, to apply for a work permit, applicants need, number 1, a valid full-time job offer, number 2, CLB level 5 in English or French IELTS, reading 4 and rest of the modules 5, number 3, post-secondary education of at least 1 year, number 4, any past experience or training that demonstrates the candidate is able to do the work described in the job offer. So nakalagay dito, what kind of job offer is needed for Canada Caregiver pilot programs. You must have a genuine and valid employment offer in order to begin or complete the work experience required for permanent residency through the home child care provider or home support worker pilot. So kinakailangan talaga valid yung job offer from a valid Canadian employer mga Kuldiboy. So nakalagay dito, no labor market impact assessment or LMIA or LMO is needed to apply for caregiver programs. Your offered position has to be full-time, at least 30 hours or paid labor per week outside of Quebec from a Canadian individual or family who is not a company, an embassy, a high commission, or a consulate. This job offer must be extended using the Offer of Employment IMM 5983. This form can only be opened on a desktop after downloading it. So be aware kayo dito mga kabayan ha. It must be from a credible source indicating that there is a genuine need to hire you, either for their own care or the care of someone like a parent, spouse, or child. The Canadian Immigration Department also evaluates the pay that your job offer includes. Nakalagay dito, it must demonstrate that working as a caregiver in Canada will allow you to maintain a stable financial situation for you and your family. How to apply? So ito na yung pinakamahalagang parte mga kabayan ha. You can use the official IRCC guide for home child care providers and home support workers to be ready for January 1st depending on your situation. The online application gateway via new permanent residency portal is where eligible individuals can submit their applications. Important, the home child care provider pilot typically has a high fill rate. To learn how to get ready for January 1 and apply, click the link. Okay mga kaldubi, para lalo nyong masundan na, pwede nyong i-type sa Google, Immigration News Canada.ca, then lalabas dyan yung new application for Canada Caregiver Program to open on January 1st. So maaari ninyong sundan din dyan kung saan binasa ko na yung mga detalye. Okay mga kaldubi, just in case lang hindi nyo nasundan na, pwede rin kayo magpunta sa site ng Government of Canada, which is Canada.ca. Go to Google, then type nyo Canada.ca. Pag nandun na kayo, scroll down nyo lang, meron kayong makikitang Immigration and Citizenship. I-click nyo lamang yan. And then pag click nyo dyan, scroll down nyo uli, meron kayong makikitang Immigrate. Then i-click nyo yung Immigrate. Then scroll down nyo uli, meron kayong makikitang Caregiver. Then i-click nyo yung Caregiver, lalabas na dyan yung mga programa ng bansang Canada for caregivers mga kuliboy. Lalabas din yung dalawang programa. So nandiyan yung mga detalye, how to apply, mga eligibility requirements, so on and so forth. So yun mga kuliboy, I hope nakatulong sa inyo yung video na ito, lalo na sa mga kababayan kong caregivers na nangangarap makarating at makapagtrabaho dito sa bansang Canada. Siyempre, kung sakasakaling nakatulong sa inyo at nagustuhan nyo ito, don't forget to give a thumbs up. At kung bago ka pa lang sa aking channel, huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe and click yung notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga bagong job opportunities, OFW na aking na-upload. Paalala lang ha, kinakailangan nyo talaga ditong mag-self-initiative mga kuliboy. Kinakailangan nyo mag-self-research, just in case lang meron kayong mga doubt. Nandiyan naman lahat ng mga detalye. Ito ay programa ng bansang Canada. Hindi ito dadaan sa agency. Ito ay direktang pag-apply mga kuliboy ha. So kung meron kayong mga babayaran dito, make sure lang na talagang ito ay through Government of Canada or sila talaga yung nagpa-process mga kabayan na